Hello, everybody. My friend Belle, which is actually a very good friend of mine, she has sent me a few questions to answer in this interview. The first question is
Doutor Caide, quais são os tratamentos que você acha mais adequado para tratar a infertilidade?
in Egypt, we start with the follow the protocols of the stimulation and then ovum following stimulation for the ovaries. And then if not succeeded, we proceed to IUI, intrauterine insemination. If not, we can do IVF or ICSI. These are actually the steps of treating infertility in Egypt. But a very good portion of these patients will get pregnant by actually just monitoring ovulation and advising them with the proper time of intercourse.
A infertilidade é uma doença mundial. A cada 6 casais são inférteis. No Egito, qual a principal causa da infertilidade?
In Egypt, male infertility or male factor becoming a very the percentage of male factor than the female factor is very high. We are a hot country. Most people having a varicocele, having issue with the sperm production, and we noticed after the epidemic of corona, the male factor has by far increased. So we have a problem here actually with the sperms and the mainly with the not with the number of the sperm, but with the malformation of the sperm itself and the athenospermia. The other issue of the infertility in Egypt is a marriage. The age of marriage is becoming now delayed. So they are becoming older and older. So the male factor it might be increased, but not like a male factor. But the main issue is the age of the marriage now is not as young as it used to be in the past. Therefore, the issue of freezing the oocytes is becoming more and more popular in Egypt. So she can freeze her oocytes when she get married. After a few years, she can thaw them and inject them with the sperm.
A fertilização assistida foi implantada no Egito em 1986, quando foram criadas várias diretrizes de acordo com a fé islâmica. Hoje, atualmente, como está legalizado a fertilização assistida no Egito? E há alguma limitação em algum procedimento?
In Egypt, we have a very good proportion actually of Christian. It's almost 85 to 90% Islamic, but the Christian is 10 to 15%. So it is a very respectable proportion of Christian in Egypt. And gladly enough, or luckily enough, whatever you wanna, however you wanna see it, both actually Christianity and Islamic, it's guided more by culture of the country, agreed on most aspects of the infertility treatment. Like both they condemned, for example, donation, whatever sort of donation, oocyte donation, sperm donation. They condemn uterine renting, to rent her uterus and somebody else to rent the uterus for somebody else. Both Islamic and the Christian will repel that, and there actually laws became providing, according to this point of views, the laws become to reinforce these point of views. Otherwise, we have everything else as anything else. We treat them and we make sure that it's the same sample. And here is the concept actually for the Christian as well as for the As for the Islamic point of view, we don't have like they have to be married. We don't have the sort of boyfriend and girlfriend, and they have to go and to the clinic and try to have a baby. Well, it doesn't matter. Both religion agreed on that, and there is a law against that. They have to have, sort of document of marriage to have the procedures done or to have the treatment done. We're talking here about IVF or ICSI. Other things in Egypt for the infertility is the sort of there is no rules for how many embryos you will transfer, because we are not a very rich country. And we don't select, we don't confine you have to have 2 or 3 embryos transferred. No, you can transfer as many as you want. And people here are quite happy with multiple pregnancy. Actually, if they will be happy to have a twin pregnancy. If they have more than 2, we do embryo reduction. It's not against the law, but if it is 2, they are very happy because she will not have to try again. That's how they see it. She will have a 2 baby with 1 trial. That's how they see it, because economically it is frustrating and it's very exhausting to have this trial again. So we don't have a law here to determine how many embryos to do. The other things are quite the same as any other country. We stress on freezing here. We love freezing because, again, for the economic point of view, freezing is a very, very hot issue here.
Eu vou dizer 3 palavras e você me diz o que vem em sua mente. Infertilidade, blastocisto, reprodução assistida humana.
She's saying here, I'm going to tell you 3 words and you tell me what comes to your mind. Infertility. Infertility is, I don't like the expression actually, infertility. It's a very harsh, very hard expression. I call it subfertility, or problem with conceiving, or any other things. But infertility is a very tough word, and definitely is a very tough experience for any couple to have such a problem. It's a very devastating. It's a very challenging to overcome it, and you have to have faith. You have to have faith to go through the procedures to treat such a problem. The other word is blastocyst. I had a video before talking about how much I am a big fan of a blastocyst, and I think it changed the whole practice in our practice in IVF and ICSI, and many couples will be thankful for the blastocyst stage, because it changed the results tremendously. The last one is human assisted reproduction. Human assisted reproduction is I think it's a very good job. It's a very hopeful job. I'm very glad to be subspecialized in such a specialty, because nothing compared to the happiness of a couple after long struggle to have the news to have a baby. There is no cost for this feeling, or for this joy or happiness to see such a couple having such happiness. So I think it's the best job in the world. Thank you very much.